Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Our salutations to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons Kamsa and Chanura, the darling of Mother Devaki, and the Guru of the entire universe. We salute him again and again. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are in the Bhagavad reading. Sorry for a few minutes late. We have finished the chapter where the Britra, his glory has been expressed, though he was a demon, but his devotion to God and all these other aspects were very great. So that chapter ended. Today we are starting chapter 6, book 6, chapter 12.1, 6.12.1. Now the destruction of Britra, the demon who is now said that you are all working, come, stay with me, fight with me, I am alone. And then Arjuna, Indra and Britra, they became face to face. So here we start the first verse, 12th chapter of the book number 6. It says, Sri Shuka said, the Shukadev who was describing the stories of the Bhagavat to the king Parikshit, he said, O king, resolved in this way to embrace death in battle rather than to good victory as the more meritorious course, Britra then rushed at Indra with his trident in hand. And just as the Asura, Kaitava, charged at the Maha Vishnu from the waters of cosmic dissolution. So what he did, the Indra was standing and Britra then just rushed to face the king, what is the Indra. And with his trident, with the trident in the hand, as like that of Madhu Kaitava, those are the two demons we read at the time, that Kaitava, the Asura Kaitava, he charged Lord Narayana Mahavishnu. The heroic Britra whirled powerfully his trident, like rotating his trident, whirled powerfully his trident, whose tip was as fiercely brilliant as the fire of cosmic dissolution, and threw at the Indra, yelling out, "Death to you, O felon!" So, as it a valor, he took his trident, Britra's trident, and rotated it. It was like a fire generated all over, and they threw directed towards the Indra. Unshaken by the sight of that weapon, approaching to the sky like a planet or a brilliant meteor, Indra cut it with his thunderbolt weapon, having innumerable joints. Sato Parvanam. So it is like anti-missile. He threw the missile, burning missile, towards Indra, and Indra intercepted that by his another missile throwing, and in the air they get dissolved. So, unshaken by the sight of that weapon, which is approaching to the sky like a planet to the Indra, Indra cut it with the thunderbolt weapon. He has a weapon, Indra's thunderbolt. It's called the Indra's bolt, thunder power. And this power weapon has innumerable joints, as also one of Britra's arm stout and fleshy like the body of the king of serpent. So it is very powerful instrument. Though bereft of one hand, Vritra charged furiously at Indra with an iron club in the remaining hand. How the hand is gone? I don't know. Oh, one hand was wielding that weapon. So in the other hand, he struck with an iron club in the remaining hand and struck it at the cheek of Indra, the holder of the thunderbolt, and at his elephant vehicle, Vairavato. Hit in this way, the thunderbolt weapon fell from the hands of Indra. So, having that bolt being thrown towards Indra, Indra's thunderbolt fell down. Seeing that, and war, all the celestial hosts, gods, asuras, charanas, siddhas, acclaimed the wonderful skill of Vritra, but at the same time raised anxious cries at the predicament of Indra. So Indra is defeated here, almost. Indra's power is gone because Vritra is not that powerful to, more powerful. That's why he dethroned the Indra and his all hosts. Now, ashamed of himself, Indra hesitated to take up again the thunderbolt weapon that had fallen from his hand. Thereupon Vritra said, "O Indra, take up your thunderbolt weapon and kill me." That's the beauty of the warriors, powerful warriors. They don't fight with each other. If both gun with gun, what is called whatever one weapon, equal weapon, both will play. When you are not disarmed, the other party will not fight you or kill you. That is the dignity of the war. So he said, ashamed of himself, that means Vritra, whose one hand Indra hesitated to take up again the thunderbolt, a weapon that had fallen from his hand. So Indra's hand, the thunderbolt fell down. So he was ashamed to lift that, and Vritra is waiting, giving some time. That's why he gave the time. Vritra said, "O Indra, take up your thunderbolt weapon and then kill me. You're your enemy. This is not the time for regrets. Now don't regret. Very kind to me. Don't know. No warrior fighting with weapons can accept victory always and never defeat. No warrior fighting with weapons, those who are weapon against weapon, can expect victory always and never defeat. No, in the war, your weapons will be lost, you will be defeated. Not that always one person will win. So now you win, kill me. The fortunes of war vary, except in the case of infinite being, the master of creation, preservation and dissolution. So the fortunes of war vary. You become successful, you become failure. That happens in the play of war. But in the case of, it may always different when God fights, that infinite being, Krishna or Narayana, the master of creation, master of preservation and destruction. For them it is separate. But the rule is for all other fighters that don't lose the chance when you can kill the enemy. The ultimate cause of the success and failure of a human heart is a Lord manifested as time, within whose net all the worlds and the Lord functions in absolute subservience, like birds entangled in the fowler's net. So, the ultimate cause of the success and failure of human effort is the Lord. One becomes successful when Lord is gracious upon you. One becomes failure when God's grace goes away. Or you are, because of your karma, it is withdrawn from you. So that is the idea, Lord manifest. And the Lord manifests in time. At what time you will be successful and what time you will not, it is determined by the Lord. Therefore, within this whose net all the world and the Lord's function. God is the Krishna, the Narayana is the Lord of the Lords. Under him, every power is working. So all powers are subservient to the power of the Lord. The ignorant world, without knowing the Lord functioning as time, on whom the powers of the senses, mind and body depend, who manifests as energy, life, death and immortality, attributes success and failure to themselves, identifying with the physical body. Baba, see what the glory of Britro. Britro is giving this advice to Indra. That ignorant people in the world, they say, I did it. My work, I succeeded. No? So the ignorant world, without knowing the Lord functioning, and how he functions in time. That's why people say you do some wrongdoing, now you can hide. But a time will come, it will be exposed. Look at the big guys like Trump and many presidents of our country. Did something in this powerful time. But a time came when it was exposed to the world. And they got their punishment also.
They say like that karma, it moves around the world. And then when your time comes, it just falls on you and catches you.
See, that's the point. It is this karma is done, it may affect immediately. Its effect may be immediate, but may not be immediate. It is as if rotating around us. When perfect time comes, that time, there is a statement, no? Tomare budhibe je Gokule bariche se. The Kangsha, the king Kangsha, when she got the 8th child as a girl, Mahamaya, not knowing she was going to hold and dash on the ground to kill her, the baby girl, that Mahamaya slipped out of the finger hand and went away. And there he appeared as Mother Durga. And then this mother said, oh, you want to kill me, you fool? You wait, time is waiting for you. Who will kill you, he is born. He is born in Gokul. And will kill you in time. So everyone's time comes. Good time comes. One takes a wonderful opportunity to renounce. Bad time comes. All mean idea, negative idea, bad association, bad thinking, time. In time, everything comes. So it is big time. That's why God is called time, big time. Mahakala. Kala means time. And big Kala is Shiva, Lord Shiva. It is another name of Shiva. It's called Mahakala, great Kala. In time, that great time, everything happens. Your success, your failure. The effect of the karma will happen in time. It takes little time to mature. You say what he said? That say 99 times Narayana, what is that story? 99 times I will not look at your fault, but at the 100th time the result will come to destruction. So sometimes people do things and escape. They think, oh, they are clever, they have done it. but nothing goes waste. It time comes in time back. So time is the great time. That means God does everything. What he says, that is all under the rule of God. When it will happen, how it will happen. So the ignorant world, ignorant people, without knowing the Lord functioning, that it is God's play going on. You and me are all just useless playmates. And time they assemble, the time in the galaxy, what is happening? Sun, moon, these are all. How the sun, moon came? Moon and others came. In time. In what time? Great time in the big time scale. At certain point of time, another big sun in the rotation came. And it ran so fast and it split into few pieces and becomes all the planets. No? How it happened? When it happened? In time it happened. And whose plan is this happening? The Lord God. But ignorant people don't understand that. They say, I have done it. I did good, I did this. No, bad I don't do. It is good I did all this. So he says, the ignorant people, without knowing that Lord is functioning as time, and in time the powers of the senses, mind, body all depend on that. And it is the Lord who manifests as energy, as life, as death, and immortality, all attribute success and failure to themselves, identifying with the physical body. So we ignorant people, we think, I did it, I did this good job. Sometimes good people think, oh, I did that bad thing. Repentance and all success, all these two ideas they take in their life. O Indra, know that just like a wooden doll, figuring a woman or a mechanically worked animal, all creatures in this world are subject to the control of the Lord. Like a wooden doll fighting. It's a mechanical something. So the doll is fighting. That means what is called the doll, puppet. Two dolls in the puppet, they are fighting. People see the fighting. And early days, this is a very old example. Nowadays, puppet idea is people cannot conceive, no? Now technologically, so everything has come up so far. But in our childhood, we used to see two puppets. One is Ravana, one is Rama. Rama fighting with Ravana. And there's a finger sound. And we children used to, oh my God, Rama is come, Ravana fighting. And then Ravana is defeated. But it is not. Somebody outside, the doll is not fighting. So I am raising my hand, I am eating, I am sleeping, I am doing this. It is not me. It is God's will is working. Not understanding it is God's will. People think, I have done. So I do good, I do bad. So you do good, you get little praise, clapping. You did bad, people will abuse you. You say, I don't do anything, people abusing. Yeah, you did something in some time. Now you are a very good guy. It is not always like that. So you did something. So because you didn't attribute to God. Whatever is done, that's why we say, do every karma and offer to God. If it is done, then karma will not affect you. But when we people feel, I did it, then if an ego comes, then ego will suffer. Praise and blame, death and life, all will bring affliction or joy to them. Neither Prakriti nor Purusha, nor the great element Mahatattva, nor ego Ahankara, nor the 5 elements Bhutas, nor the 10 senses Indriyas, not one of them can project this universe without his guidance and blessings. Eyes are working, ears are working. They are not by themselves, but it is by the power of that great Lord. Here they call Narayana, Vedanta calls the consciousness. Behind all the actions, what is functioning? These are all jada, matter. No. Dead body, connected with consciousness, is talking. Senses are working, eyes are seeing, ears are hearing. Heat, cold, we are feeling. Happiness, misery, joy. Our ego, I, our buddhi is functioning. Intelligently I am working. Or intelligently I am trying to understand. Emotionally I am affected. All your mind, intellect, ego, senses, everything is functioning because of God. But a deep is not known, neither Prakriti nor Purusha. Purusha Prakriti, 24 cosmic principle. Here it is applying. That 24 cosmic principle, they are not functioning by their own. But behind is this power of God, Narayana. This is Bhakti scripture will always say Lord Narayana or God himself. Vedanta will say only the one consciousness percolating. One electricity percolating through this, doing with something. Here it is giving the computer activity. Here it is doing the light. Here is the cooler. Here is the heater. There is the camera. So everything is doing work. No one sees how it is working. But it is behind energy is called. And gross example is Wi-Fi, gross example is this electricity. But in spiritual sense it is by God alone as consciousness. Man, ignorant of this, considers his little self as a master in himself, as we are always. I do, therefore I suffer. Ramakrishna said that story. The cow makes a sound, hamba, hamba, I am. And Ramakrishna said that the butcher, that first of all, the farmer utilizes that bull and make tilt ground, hard work, forces him to work all through. And when he become old, then give it to the butcher. Butcher then cuts it into pieces and then flesh and etc. And then it entails and other things, all are cut and this and that, and pain, and with the entails they prepare one string, one instrument which they use for building quilt. The cotton, they become puffed up with that string tied to a wooden piece, and they strike it and it touches the cotton and cotton pops up. And that time it makes a noise. Tuhu, tuhu, tuhu. O Lord, thou art the truth, thou art the truth, not me. First you say, hamba, I. Ramakrishna said, so long hamba, see, after effect is so much of suffering. But when you say, tuhu, O Lord, you are the only power, you are the only thing which in the reality in the world, then the jiva gets released. So here he says, man, ignorant of this truth, that is God's doing, we should surrender to God. It is happening by His power. And if we surrender to Him, good does not touch me, bad does not touch me. You become an instrument. You become a conductor. Electricity flows through that conductor. Good conductor. Spiritual life means become a good conductor. Good conductor, there is no resistance. Bad conductor, have a resistance. This electricity does not flow through that. Spirituality does not flow through that. When the mind becomes pure, surrendered to God, you know that Lord is playing, so you become calm then. We don't want to correct the whole world. Those who have responsibility, they have to say something for correction because that they are put into that position, no? Suppose a police officer is being put in a position to see what is good, what is bad, and to protect the innocent and guide the help and kill or remove the what is person who is not good. No, that is the function. That is a duty. But we ordinary people have no responsibility to go everyone correct who is doing what and how it is doing and get entangled into every event. Many people do that. They get involved into many things which they are not necessary for them. But that's why it is said, those who understand it is God's play, spiritual people, like Holy Mother, see how she never told anybody anything. She knows everything ins and outs. She knows that it is these ignorant people don't understand. That's why she understands that they are working in their sanskara. In their sanskara they are going on, they will not listen. And Mother never said to do this or do that. They do their own. So the man who is ignorant of this knowledge considers his little self as the master in himself. He is in truth only an instrument in the hands of Lord. We are all instruments in the hands of Lord. The Lord makes him an instrument for procreating other beings and for the destroying others too. God creates, and God also creates an environment in time to destroy. When time is favorable, man is blessed with longevity, prosperity, fame, plenty of goodwill of all. When your time is favorable, all this good fortune comes. He is blessed with life. Life is very strong, healthy body, longevity. Prosperity, material prosperity, spiritual prosperity grows, no? Fame, people will praise you when good time comes. Plenty, wealth will come, goodwill will come to do something good for the world. All will happen. And when time is unfavorable, the opposite is the case, however much he may strive against it. Bad association will come, bad friends will come in your life, bad type of activity will inspire you to go into that. And it is really, in time it is happening. 14th verse. Therefore, this is the fact. Therefore, what we should do? One should remain unperturbed in all situations, whether in fame or in dispute, in success or in failure, in life or in death. Therefore, what we should do? Why you should get involved? It is not my doing, if God is doing through me. So we should always feel, oh Lord, you make me an instrument of yours. You do whatever you want to me. We should surrender and we should be free. Then responsibility goes to God. So that is the egolessness. That is the advice here. Therefore life, whatever duty comes, one should do that duty and connecting with God and surrendering to God. Sattva quality, rajas and tamas, all their effects pertain to the prakriti. In the nature, everything is, you can find three qualities, sattvika, rajasika or tamasika. They are all pertaining to nature, prakriti. Atman is pure, it does not affect. Three gunas are in the world. That's why Gita says, O Arjuna, nistraigunna bhava Arjuna. You go beyond the three gunas. Tamas guna, of course you should give up. With the rajas, activity, dullness, meanness, unkindness, laziness, that is tamas. Overcome by rajas, go get into action, do some good actions. And then action, no, calmness, come to meditation, prayer, serenity, and then transcend that serenity also. So this is the spiritual progress. Being in the life, don't be tamas, be rajas, better rajas rather than tamas. And then rajas, no, tamas, rajas, you should not be standing, be sattika. But these three qualities are of the world. Beyond that is the quality which is called Atman. There's a Purusha and Prakriti. These three are Prakriti, that is Purusha. He is free from bondage who realizes that the Atman is only the witness of all bodily and mental transformation and is not involved in them. Therefore, O Indra, 16th verse, look at me, who, though defeated and deprived of an arm of weapons, am still standing facing you for battle, determined to do whatever I can to destroy. Whatever I can to destroy you. See my determination. You can come. Suman. So, so Indra, the Indra then, O Indra, the demon is teaching to the god in life how to fight. Look at that. Your thunderbolt has taken away my one arm, but I am here standing to fight with you still now. But I know, don't leave me this way. Hit again. It is all happening in time. So he has the full knowledge. He is apparently he is a demon, but what great philosophy is talking about. It is as if like a spiritual teacher is teaching to his disciple, to Indra, giving this idea. They say, O Indra, look at me, who though defeated and deprived of an arm and of weapons, am still standing, facing for the battle, determined to do whatever I can to destroy you. Still I am struggling to combat with you, and I like to kill you. So come forward with your weapon. This battle is a gamble. This battle is a gamble in which the stakes are the lives of the people. What are the stakes of the gamble? In gambling, money, no? People gamble for many things. Kingdom, and then Yudhishthira and Duryodhana, gambling for this and that, for even their brothers, for even his wife. Oh my God, what type of gambling, what do you call? Gambling tool. And battle is gamble. This life is a battle, and this is a battle of gambling, in which the stakes, what are the stakes? Life. Living soldiers, living people, warriors fighting with warrior. The gambling object is the life. The arrows, the dice, the arrows which is, it is the dice, and the vehicles of the fighters, the game board. No one knows who will be victorious or who will be defeated in it. In this war we do not know, but fight, that's all. Life is a fight, struggle. Swami Vivekananda used this language differently. Struggle, struggle, struggle. Let things come. You struggle on. Sada parajaya tahana duruktama. Swamiji says, you may be defeated 100 times. Go on and fight, don't take it seriously. Do your duty, hands off, success or failure. But go on doing your duties. Then, these are the advice of Vritra. To whom? To Indra. And then Indra, then Shuka then continued. When this advice was given, 18 verses of this chapter, of 6th chapter, In the 17 verses has been said, now 18 verses, Sri Sukadeva again said, Indra acclaimed these words of Vritra, free from any touch of hypocrisy. Picking up the thunderbolt and without being too much surprised at Vritra's attitude, he said smilingly, what said? He means Indra. Indra said smilingly. What Indra said? So long Vritra said, but now Indra said smilingly. O Danava, Danava means O Divan. Whoever has the outlook you have described has certainly attained to a great spiritual eminence. Yes, if they can live in the world, taking the life as a battle, success and failure, two are the alternatives here. Everything is gambling. If you take that way, smilingly fight. Success, success, failure, failure. Enjoy. Both success can be enjoyed, failure can be enjoyed. That's a Brahmogani state. No, who can do that? Ordinary people, how much we say, we cannot. It is only because our mind is inclined in one side, not in the other side. Success, name, power, position, and all wealth and all prosperity. So, positive side. Everyone likes that. But not the other. But here is a question, both you accept. Good or bad is matter little, you accept them. What a great good fortune it is that you have taken wholehearted refuge at the feet of the Lord, who is the universal friend and master of all being. Who is saying? It is all the Indra is saying now to the Vritra. 20 verse. You have indeed transcended the world-eluding yoga maya of the Lord. He is appreciating. Because you have got this wisdom. It comes to a yogi. It comes to a Brahmajnani. You are really transcended the limitations of this. Being a Asura, you have raised beyond that. So you have indeed transcended. Whom you transcended? The world-deluding Yogamaya. That was the topic of the Sunday. You have indeed transcended. Yogamaya always deludes. But what is the delusion? I am doing. Mind will not say it is God is doing. No? Yogamaya covers that. But you have transcended the Yogamaya's veil. Therefore, for you have discarded your innate nature and attained to the state of exalted sage. What you are talking about, the spirit you are showing it is an exalted state. Only the sages can stand in that flight. 21. It is indeed most surprising that a person like you, who is endowed with the Rajaguna of the Prakriti, has developed firm and settled devotion for the worshipful Vasudeva, the embodiment of pure Sattva and the Lord of all. You have taken surrender. You know that God's will, in time, God's will, it's everything happening. You are just an instrument. You are like a doll. And the puppeteer is God. So, how you have transcended, being Asura, being in that type of body and mind, you have conquered your Rajaguna. And you have gone to Sattva and transcended and gone to the Krishna, the Lord, and the Narayana. What use is there for a dirty water of muddy pit for one who sports in the limitless ocean of bliss as a result of his having cultivated deep devotion for Vasudeva, the Lord of all, the bestower of all liberation. So, what is the use there for a dirty water of muddy pit for one to sport? What is the use of again, sporting in the muddy pit of this world and worldliness? Because you have transcended already that. Vritra's final charge and death. The Sukadeva said then, 23rd verse, thus exchanging thoughts on spiritual matters, the warrior leader Vritra and on the other side Indra, of great prowess, now they started fighting on. What? So if everything is guided by God, so you are in on that side, I am in this side. I have lost my one arm, and I am defeated partly, but don't be kind. Let us fight on. Do the duties of life, how bitter it may be. Because if God's play is going on, why to stop that? So it is really, these are called the beauty of this Bhagavat and the Indian spiritual text. In the war field, the warriors are talking, military generals are exchanging their thoughts in this way. The highly philosophical and top Vedantic truth which is spoken in the deepest forest of Himalayas. But that can be made practical. That's why it is said, this Vedic religion is so great that it is not a theoretical knowledge, it can be applied in the battlefield. And our life is also a battlefield. How much emotion works here, how much anger, how much frustration. But if we know it is all God's play going on, don't feel bad. It is, let's remember Him and do your duty, do your duty, do your duty. Now, the Susukadev said, 23rd verse, exchanging thoughts on such spiritual matters, the warrior leader Vritra and Indra, who have the great prowess, great strength, fought on. 24. O great King Vritra, the suppressors of enemies, and hurled it at Indra with his left arm. So one arm is gone, so his left arm, so he is fighting with the club in hand on the left arm. Indra thereupon cut with one stroke of his thunderbolt weapon of 100 joints, both the club and the Vritra's other arm, which was stout and strong like the trunk of an elephant. So that was cut. Now both arms are gone. Vritra's one arm was gone by another one thunderbolt led by Indra, and in this between two discussion went on, and then they again fought. The one hand Vritra was using the weapon to throw on Indra, and by that time Indra's weapon struck and his right arm is gone. Now left arm is also gone. So how will you fight now? Both arms are gone. The Asura with both his arms cut at their base and bleeding profusely due to Indra's stroke, looked like a mountain hurled down after its wings were cut. Now 27th verse. Possessed of a huge body and fangs resembling death itself, he looked as if he were going to swallow the three worlds. Both the hands are gone. He's as if he becomes so furious, so it becomes like swallowing the three worlds. He moved like a mountain chip, causing tremors on hilltops and crushing the earth into powdery dust by the might of his strides, opening his mouth so as to touch the heaven with the upper jaw and the earth with the lower one. He rushed at Indra, the wielder of the thunderbolt, and swallowed him and his vehicle, Vairavato, by his mouth as wide as the sky and a tongue resembling that of a serpent. Suppose when the serpent opens the mouth, it was like this, it opens up, no? So now Vritra, with fury, his yogic power, they are also yogic practitioners. They opened the out, and one in the ground, another in the heaven, and swallowed everything in his mouth. So Indra also, he swallowed inside, as it were. Great is the strength in prowess. Opening his mouth so as to touch the heaven, he opened the mouth of Vritra, heaven and up with the upper jaw, and the earth on the lower jaw. He rushed at Indra, and who is holding the thunderbolt, swallowed him and his vehicle. Indra was in the mouth of Vritra, in his inside, as if you are eating some rasagulla. So it entered into the mouth. 30 verse. Great in strength and in prowess, he swallowed Indra as a python swallows an elephant. No? Python, they sit They are simply sitting, but when they are hungry and the elephant goes, they can suck the whole elephant in his body. So similarly, here Indra was sucked into the mouth of Vritra. Prajapatis, Maharishis, Devas raised a hue and cry and remained stunned with sorrows. So every holy people in the world, the rishis and others, what will happen? The earth and the heaven, everything has been swallowed inside the mouth, like a python entering, taking the whole elephant in the body. So the Indra is inside the mouth of the Vritra. And also the whole earth and heaven, all are in that means gods, goddesses, angels, everything is just gone into the mouth of the Vritra. Though swallowed by Vritra, by the Asura, Indra did not perish in his stomach. Indra was not digested by the Asura, Vritra. As he was protected by Narayana Kavacha, he has the Narayana Kavacha. Vritra got the Narayana Kavacha and his own yogic power. Vritra is having yogic power, but Indra also has yogic power. So that with that power, though he swallowed everything, could not kill or digest Indra itself. No, Indra is alive because he also created yogic power to protect himself. The resourceful Indra, 32. The resourceful Indra cut open the abdomen of the Vritra by force. So he then used his weapon, his abdomen, he entered and cut the abdomen from inside of Vritra, and then when belly is out, and he will come out from that. Emerging from the Asura's body, he cut off his head. He swallowed everything and entered into it, but he, by his yogic power, cut the wall of the belly, and then come out and chop the head of Vritra.
It's like some corruption entered the whole system. Corruption, some bad power. When just takes the whole system inside it.
Yeah, then what happens?
Then system has to come out of the corruption.
So
that's why they are killing. That's a Indra is a system like that.
Oh.
Heaven and world and everything.
Okay, so that's why the abdomen of the Vritra came out of the... Emerging from the Asura's body, he cut off his head as if leveling the top of a mountain cliff. By very vigorous examples. 33 verse. The thunderbolt weapon of the tremendous speed wheeled round and round the neck of Vritra for a period of 1 year. Baba. His head is so strong that the thunderbolt, what he created, he got it. It took to cut the head of Vritra for 1 year. That's why people say these are all stories.
No, it's not so, it's symbolic.
Symbolic. So I say how it can take the head of Asura to cut 1 year. That means it takes long time to cut the eye. Ego means head means the ego. Ego is cutting the ego, no? Vritra's ego was cut. The time required for the sun to traverse through the zodiac before it severed and hurled the head of Vritra at the appointed hour on the exhaustion of his prarabdha. It took so much 1 year. Why? 1 year it took because to wipe out the prarabdha time. That was the time Vritra was to live, even in the war, being in that condition. Thereupon, kettle drums sounded in the heavens. The heavenly choir consisting of Gandharvas, Siddhas, Charanas extolled Indra with mantras, highlighting the prowess he showed in the destruction of Britra, and showered a profuse rain of flowers on him. So, thereupon, when the Britra's head was cut, it took such a long time with that weapon, though it took for 1 year. So after that, as soon as naturally Britra is dead, so when Britra is dead, then naturally all the heavenly Gandharvas, singers, musicians, all the gods and goddesses, others, they started rejoicing and they started showering flowers and the success of Indra and praised him. All witnessed a spiritual effulgence emerging from Britra's body. But Britra is not an ordinary, Britra is a yogi. So when he is dead, every gods and goddesses, they also saw the Britra's body, from the Britra's body, the ray of light is emanating all direction and entering the realm that transcends all manifested levels of existence. So, they merged from his body. He is such a spiritual personality that his body emanating light and radiance at the point of death of this. So this is the end of killing the Britra in the war. And that is the end of this chapter 12. Next day we will start chapter 13, which will talk about this Indra has killed such a person, Britra, so how he got purified from these effects of this killing. So that we'll read in the next time. Verse number will be started 13th chapter. So we ended 6:12:35. 6:12:35. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Panamastu. So today we'll meet you again in the evening at 7:30 for our Setar Upanishad class.
There is only one question.
And okay.
If God is the doer, then how can we explain our wrong and adharmic actions?
Yeah, that your question replies that if God is the doer, next, where?
Then how can we explain?
How we can explain?
Our wrong and
Our wrong. Where is our coming? The very word you are using, that is wrong. If it is God's, so you come from where? You are contradicting your statement. If you say everything is God's doing, tell you are nothing. Everything, your hand is moving, it is not you. You are talking, it is not you. You are seeing, it is not you. So our action, first we don't exist. God exists only. So we have to think, take out the body idea. If we cannot take out the body idea, is I am doing, then I will have to suffer. No. This is the point. Suppose a bank robbery happened, and the teller having so much money, and they come straight to the teller, where is the money? Gunpoint, give the money, otherwise they'll kill you. What they say? Take it away. And they side for their own life, no? Because he knows it is not my money, it is bank's money. And he let it go. I am saved, no? So you are saved. If you can surrender that way and give to the... It is a bad example that the people coming on the gunpoint and you give away. Similarly, everything if we give it to God, then it is no our problem. Our suffering comes because though we say I am given to God, but I am not given it God. It is I am working. I. So that is to be cleared out. That's a very simple question, simple reply. In our question itself is the fallacy. If Thakur said the same question, no? Everything is God's will. No? Everything is happening by God's will. Then some devotee says, then what is good is bad, it is not my doing. No, he said that, no, this disciple said, so much suffering, why so much suffering? Why I suffer? Because God is doing everything. Then he said, yes, but who are you? You said I am suffering. Where do you come from? It is everything God doing, so where are you? Your position is zero. It is God's working. So God will understand why you are bothering, because you say I. So go beyond I. And then there comes the whole philosophy of Vedanta, that you practice and say, Naham, I am not, O Lord, it is Thou, it is Thou, it is Thou. From morning till night, whatever we do, if we internally say, O Lord, it is Thou, it is Thou, it is Thou. It is Thine, it is Thine, it is Thine. Thou and Thine, Thou and Thine. In a bhakti prayer, then everything transferred. Anything good has happened, I can say, O Lord, please guide me. Whatever I have done, I have offered it to you. Good and bad, it does. Then you don't get affected by the karma and its impact. Very simple formula. But this is lifelong practice. How much look at our everyday, day-to-day life. I do this, I do that, I do that, I do that. I don't do that, he does not do that, she does not do that. But not I, you, it is God is working. If that spirit comes, my God, whose work who is doing? And then you are free. But whenever our ego comes, there is a struggle. And here he is saying, egoless. Let the ego go. Let my ego go. Let you stand up. Anything more?
No more questions.
How can we overcome the struggle to visualize our Ishta Devata in the heart? How can we overcome the struggle? Overcome the struggle now. Why will you overcome the struggle? Let the struggle be to overcome misidentification and what is wrong identification. Our struggle should be to visualize the Ishta Devata, and when I am focusing my mind to God, my Ishta Devata, I have to see where my mind is going. Catch the mind, hey, why are you here? It finds joy there. All the sensory world which we have experienced before, mind goes to those areas. So we will have to struggle and fight with the mind to say, no. You have gone to those areas 100 times, but you are never happy. So why are you coming here now? That is the struggle. Struggle should be our own mental struggle, to tell that you are not coming to Ishta Devata because you find joy in other, not in Ishta. Because mind is distracted. Distracted mind going into the outside objects. And when this distraction will stop, then what will happen? When the distraction goes away, then your mind will automatically go towards God. Ramakrishna said, it is true that whenever our attraction from the outside world will go away, mind will rush towards God. There is no other alternative. Many people chant the Devi Kavacham, Argala Stotram and other protective mantras daily, and they still get physically ill or suffer misfortunes. Are they chanting it incorrectly? This when we chant, it is not chanting, but most of us don't think the meaning. It is chanting. Sanskrit chanting has its own rhythm, it has its own charm, dignity, everything. But we have to understand what you are chanting. That's why we read the Sanskrit and read the English, to understand what we chanted in Sanskrit. So similarly, Devi Kavacham, if you feel that my eyes is one god, goddess, my ears are residing one another deity, my lungs, my heart, my fingers, everywhere, mother, 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 then you are gone. Devi Kavacham means what? Kavacham means amulet. When you read the Devi Kavacham in the Chandi, there it is said that, oh mother, you are in my eyes, you are in my, one goddess is in my eye, one in my ear, one in my nose, one in my tongue, one in my lips, one in my cheeks, so everything is covered by mother, 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 mother. So if you think that way and chant Kavacham, then naturally you will go beyond the body idea. And you go the body idea, the bodily suffering, bodily pain, bodily anguish will leave for the moment. So if we really get steeped into this, chanting these verses and understanding its deep meaning, then we'll be off from the pains and sufferings of life. But it takes a long time to get that absorption. To read, to chant is good. That has its vibration. Not for wrong, incorrect chanting. Maybe incorrect chanting is also another, it brings different meaning. But that is important. But apart from that also, what we are chanting, we should know its meaning and get absorbed into it. If you see, at least the moment you are chanting, that moment you are free from trouble. And also another thing, this Shakti, this is the Shakti, counteracting our bad karmas. So bad karmas, good karmas will have their own effect. If it is deep-seated wound, it will take little longer time. If it is no little scratch has happened, you give some ointment, bleeding can stop for a moment. But it is a deep-rooted wound or a cut, then to stop that blood, it may be you need to go to doctor and they to stitch it. So many times the chanting is necessary. So protective mantras are there. Still physically you become ill or suffering misfortunes. That because it is a deep-rooted disease. So to counteract, we need to do more sincerely, more devotedly. It is happening. Some effect is happening, but it is not perceivable. It will be perceivable when the prayers and practices will be much intense, much deeper. Okay? That means you have to practice more to get out of this. But at least at the point of chanting them, if we do with all attention and sincerity and one-pointedness, then what will happen? That moment, illness, discomfort, or whatever problem will vanish from the mind. Because it is mother, mother, mother. Kavacham means mother is every part in my body. From head to toe, it is nothing. I am not there. It is all mother, mother, mother. So that aspect is to be thought again and again. Okay, thank you. So we'll see you then again, 7:30. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.